Hi there friends, and welcome to another Dungeons & Dragons Holiday Special. Or if this is the first one you're watching, the first one. It's subjective, times like that. I'm your host Paul Foxcroft, and I'll be playing Dungeons & Dragons with this group of actual comedians and genuine friends who I can't hug because of COVID. Everything's fine. Like I said, we're going to play Dungeons & Dragons. If you're not familiar with the concept, D&D is a collaborative storytelling game, which means each of these people here will be playing one character, and I'll be guiding them through a series of adventures as I play everyone and everything else, which is a stretch, and I am available for hire. So, we'll roll dice to see if they succeed at things they try. High numbers are better, low numbers are worse, which is exactly the same as in maths. And I'll explain everything else as we go. I do the rules now, and we can do them piecemeal. We should introduce the players. So, in no particular order, Sophie Duca, hi.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself to the people watching on the internet.
Hello, internet strangers. I'm so excited to be speaking to you. I am a comedian. I say funny things, and my experience with D&D is pending.
We played D&D like once, really briefly.
We played it once, really briefly, and it was a weekday, so I was drunk. But I remember having a good time.
Thank God.
Yes, that's why I'm back.
Oh, good.
That's why I'm back with my tankard of fun.
Nice.
It's sparkling water.
It is a weekday. Lovely. Jared Christmas.
Yes.
Hello, friend.
Hi, friend. Thanks for having me.
A pleasure. Very much not my choice.
Oh. Okay, only up from here. Hi, I'm Jared Christmas. I'm a comedian, and I say funny things as well. Sometimes I don't, and arguably that's held me back a bit.
I think that's the biggest difference between the two of you. Sometimes you don't say funny
Sometimes
things.
I don't. Sometimes I do. Mainly, I think I do at home, and then my family lets me know I don't. Delighted to be here. I would say my Dungeons and Dragons experience level was hardcore through the 90s, then a fallow period through the early noughties, and then baby, I'm back on 5e. That's about it, really.
Brilliant.
I like dice.
That is...
Got one.
GIF that.
It's giving us doubles.
Yeah, that's a GIF right there. Can't get out of your chairs. COVID.
COVID dice.
Heidi Regan, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Heidi. I'm also a comedian, and
Can I check, do you say funny things?
I do, shown just now by my pause and lack of improv.
And I wanted to ask, again, like what your experience of D&D is, but I know this story and I cannot wait for you to tell it again.
Yes, I used to play D&D with my brother and his cool friends when I was like 12 for a year, and I was the annoying little sister that got to play, and I loved it, and I was an elf, and I spent a long time working through the adventures to own a pet pig in it. And Paul finds it very amusing that one of the mean friends of my brother killed my pig as soon as I had grown it to proper pig size. And it was very upsetting for me. And I never played again until just a few years ago. And now I've played it with you. And I feel like I've got through that trauma. But we'll see what happens today.
To be very clear, I don't think it's funny that they killed the pig. I think it's funny that the first time we played D&D together, you took a photograph of the table and sent a text to your brother.
Oh.
It was quite hostile.
I've blocked that out because I send him so many hostile texts. But I have already taken this to send to my brother again and say, look who's killing pigs now. No, I'm not going to say that. Yeah.
I actually think that's the biggest difference between you and Jared.
Yep.
You text your brother a lot.
My aggression with my brother.
Oh, I've rubbed it into my brother as well about getting to play D&D.
Oh yeah. We gotta get the victories where we can right now.
Yeah.
Point. Yeah. And last but not finally, Rachel Paris.
Hello, I'm Rachel Paris. I'm also a comedian, which is starting to sound really boring, isn't it? Around the table, everyone's a comedian. I try to say funny things. My experience of D&D is enough that I feel comfortable saying D&D and not Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice.
So I think that tells you all you need to know.
I feel like you're on first name terms with the brand.
Yeah, I feel like that. We've played D&D quite a lot. I've only ever played D&D with Paul.
That's true.
And
the only way
that
to
isn't
play
going
it.
to change. Yeah.
I call D&D before playing with Paul. I call that the dark days.
Yeah.
Which also abbreviates to D&D.
Oh my God, everything's D&D.
Nice. It always has been. Boom. You can't do memes like that. So yes, we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm also a comedian, by the way. I feel like I haven't asserted that. But my record would
Do
funny.
you say funny
You
things?
say funny.
There is no evidence of that, except for a Scotsman review from 2 years ago. We
Look
should
it up,
briefly-
people. Sorry.
we should take a moment to champion our sponsor, the good people at D&D. Specifically, if you're watching this video because you are interested in Dungeons and Dragons, you think it might be fun, it is, or you're thinking about getting you and your friends involved, I cannot recommend enough the D&D starter set. It is a box set that contains everything you need to start playing D&D. Dice, a little adventure, basic rules, and a selection of characters you can play straight out of the box. This is, I would say, a good couple of weeks of entertainment right here, and it is available for a surprisingly competitive price.
Paul, can I just say, I'm doing the starter set with my 8-year-old and 11-year-old daughter at the moment,
Yeah.
and they are absolutely loving it. Loving it.
What are they
big
playing?
time. My oldest is a fighter, and the youngest is a thief. And basically,
And what are
Do
they
they do it?
oh, what?
Boom! Comedians! Jokes.
Actually, yeah, the youngest is a thief because she's stolen my heart. And the oldest is a fighter because she's 11 and she's a bit difficult at the moment. She's not, she's amazing. But they are tending to go towards more the, can I make friends with the goblins rather than...
That's a phase.
Rather than
They will
fight
grow
them,
out
so-
of that, don't worry. Yeah.
yeah.
But that's the nice thing about it, because that's, you can do
Still
that
works.
within the, it still works. You can do that within the
works.
rules. They're flexible.
Yep.
Also, we have this, the D&D Essentials Kit, which is actually heavier than I thought it was going to be just then. That was a genuine piece of strain. I'm aging. The D&D Essentials Kit also has an adventure, characters you can build, a set of dice, a little DM screen, and a whole bunch of card handouts, which, I won't lie, have raised the game for me as a dungeon master with my home game to an unreasonable level. But this is tremendous value for money. I own both of these. I've used them a lot. And they're really good ways of getting into the hobby. And also, they're very accessibly priced. And I will harp on about the price. I think it's important. Right. So unless anyone here has any questions, let's crack on and play some actual Dungeons and Dragons before we all have to get out of this ridiculously nice studio. We begin in the frozen north of Icewind Dale, in the northernmost region of Faerun, the Forgotten Realms, where endless winter has reigned for years and the sun has not risen for almost 2 of those. The landscape is wild and untamed, home to rogues, monsters, and unknowable horrors alike. We find our players along a road, travelling south through a snowstorm, escorting a cargo of food, ale, and building materials, bound for a wizard's tower south of the town of Targos. It's almost Wintershield, a traditional festival in midwinter, and you'd all rather be at a warm pub drinking traditional hot cider and eating spiced cake. But you're broke, so you have to work. That's the economy. You voted them in. The 4 of you were escorting a heavy covered wagon drawn by a pair of oxen called whatever you'd care to name them now.
Barry?
Millie.
Barry and Billy. Was it Millie or
It was
Billy?
Millie.
Barry and Millie.
And they're a couple.
Yeah.
But they're fighting right now.
Yeah.
They're not speaking.
Whoa, a relationship in the workplace.
Yeah. It's awkward because it's a secret. But everybody knows.
Everyone, it's an open secret.
Yeah.
Like an open sandwich, messy.
Before we get too into this, I would love for you to introduce your characters and let me know how they're getting along, what they're doing on this long trek through the snowy wilderness. Why don't we start with Rachel, as I strongly suspect, having seen the character build, you're in charge.
Yes, I feel like I am in charge. I'm a rock gnome, but more importantly, I'm an ex-cop, ex-police. I'm a fighter and I'm a trained Eldritch Knight, so I'm very all for the order, but I'm also all for the magic spells, of which I have several. And I like everything to be quite orderly and for us to get on with the job that we're meant to be doing. So I am in life.
2 questions. 1, you said you're a trained Eldritch Knight.
Yes.
Do you have a certificate?
Yes,
And
I
is
do.
it with you?
Yes, it's here.
Lovely. And also, what is your character's name?
Oh, and my character's name is Laura Norder.
Nice.
Let me say it again. Laura Norder.
Is that Laura Norder?
Norder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you like
Ms. Norder.
both names at once, or do you just go by Laura? Or do you go by Ms. Norder?
Ms. Norder.
I go by Mom.
Ms. Norder is
I,
just awful collection of syllables.
But I'll accept Laura.
Does Laura bring up the fact that she's an Eldritch Knight a lot? I
Yeah.
got that vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You've nailed that. Yes, I do.
And so, in terms of this this travel through the wilderness, is Laura driving the oxen? Is she riding in the wagon, keeping an eye on stuff? Is she keeping pace with the cart on foot?
I think I'm driving the oxen.
Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. Heidi, who is your person?
My person is a wood elf called Evian. She has spent the last 2 years, because she's an elf, she's got really keen sense of smell and hearing and all that, so she can't stand the sound of people eating, to the point where she decided to go live on her own as a hermit in the woods for the last 2 years. But then the sound of all the squirrels gnawing and that started to get her, so she's decided to come back into society, but she cannot... I may have written this character while someone in the room was scraping their bowl, and I have misophonia. So she's just back amongst people and she's trying to keep chill. But right now, the sound of the oxes chewing their cud.
They've got bubblegum.
Yeah, they've got bubblegum and it's driving her nuts. So I'm keeping as far from the oxen as possible. And I'm an elf, they like to be all, oh, look how graceful I am. So I'm like running up onto snow to show that I don't go down into and I'm like, oh, I'm so light all the time. But I'm not like going on about it, but I do it where you can
shouting
see.
it through the wilderness.
Yeah, oh, it didn't fall through. I'm like, guys, how deep do you think this snow is? And then I jump on top of it and everyone's like, oh, like a feather.
Jared, what's your guy?
My guy is a sorcerer. His name, he's trying to keep a low profile because he's a wild sorcerer.
He's a human, he's a wild sorcerer.
He's a human, wild sorcerer. He's in his late 30s. He came to the adventuring lark very late in life. He used to be a toy maker until his latent sorcery powers emerged one day at a toy fair, and he accidentally brought to life a bunch of his toys and they attacked everybody. And he fled with shame, with guilt, and he's been running away from that ever since, and he's been trying to keep a low profile. His name is Nigel Bodacious Awesome Spell. And
that is a good low profile name.
Yeah, really low profile.
Full name as well.
Full name. You guys can call him MBA for short, because when he casts spells, he shoots, he scores. But other basketball franchises are available, and he is currently sitting on the back of the cart. Looking after things, but actually I'm fashioning small wooden toys, throwing them in the air and then setting them on fire.
Whoa, that is a power play.
Yeah. It's also like, imagine the person following you like a couple of miles down the road finding horror.
I know, he's essentially trying to burn his past.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been more subtle about it, but there's not much subtle about this guy. And I've got a feeling he's going to run into a lot of conflict with our erstwhile leader.
Yeah.
Because he is all over the shop. He's a mess.
Yeah, you're essentially sitting in the back, contributing nothing, wasting time, moaning about your past.
But do you know what else I'm doing?
What?
I've got a hat of disguise, and I'm currently disguised myself as Law and Order.
Although I would say, Law and Order's about 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
Laurie's 5.5 foot tall version.
I'm a tall version. Tall version.
And to round off this quad, Sophie, what are you playing for us today?
Hi. I'm playing Michelle. I do have a last name, but I would like to be just Michelle.
That's fine.
Michelle spelled M''SHELL. Michelle.
Nice.
And I am a turtle and also a barbarian.
Wicked.
And also an Aquarius. I have
in that order.
I just want everyone to get along. I'm very large. I am very strong. I like carrying things, but I don't like losing my temper. But I do.
You're a turtle.
A turtle.
turtle, a turtle which is in D&D terms a big turtle person.
Oh, that's nice.
And you're a barbarian
But
with a brilliant rage feature, but you don't like using it.
I don't like using it. I also have a beast sense. Yes. I can speak to other animals.
I forgot to mention I'm a druid. I can turn into animals, so can I talk to...
Yeah. I mean, you can also,
Michelle
like,
when I
if you're
am
not an animal, you can also talk to...
I'd prefer to speak to you as an animal.
Yeah.
Do you think you should have a word with Barry and Millie about their relationship? Just to keep it under wraps a bit more.
I've tried speaking to them already. And I think Millie will warm up to Barry. I call him Babby because he's so small.
That's true. One of the oxen is very small, and so you're constantly having to steer to the right.
Little Babby Barry, he's I think he's got small ox syndrome, so I don't think it's something that I can resolve.
As a giant turtle, you're probably not going to be the one to make him feel... I think maybe the small gnome should be talking to the ox that has small ox syndrome.
So you're saying I should talk to the small ox because I'm small?
Whoa.
No, because you're an eldritch knight.
This is awkward. Or should I talk to the mule because I'm a dumbass?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, change out of looking like me.
No.
Would each of you be so kind as to make me a history roll, please? See what you know about the Wizard's Tower that you are heading towards.
History.
Oh, history.
20, which is one of the black dice.
18.
Ooh.
Nice.
7.
18, 7.
13.
6.
I was going to say, Michelle, from memory, looking at her character sheet, isn't crazy smart.
No, but she is crazy about smarts.
Great, then Rachel, you're the only one who gets this. But you are well aware, this Wizard's Tower has been here for as long as anyone can remember, but it's always been abandoned. It's made out of a mysterious substance called chardalin, which I'm certain I'm pronouncing wrong, which is left over. If you find it in this area, and it's a sort of weird combination of ice and steel.
All right.
That sometimes like erupts out of the earth in spires and spikes, and it can be used for various things. And this is a Wizard's Tower made entirely out of it that's been empty for as long as history in the area has been recorded. However, there's also a rumour. There's a rumour there's a vault containing a great treasure hidden within, but it's sketchy. Recently, a local philanthropist has taken ownership of it and begun to restore it, and it's the philanthropist to whom you are delivering these supplies.
All right. Do we know what the supplies are?
Yeah, it's about 5 casks of ale,
Right.
a couple of weeks worth of pretty good rations, and just building materials, so wood, like timber for construction, nails, some tools, hammers, stuff like that. Nothing terribly exciting.
All right.
There's a lot of refurbishment work going on inside.
Just generally useful stuff.
Yeah, it's a changing rooms kind of scenario.
Gotcha.
Are you going to share that info with us, or are you going to be like quite smug that you know it?
I think it's a need-to-know basis.
I'll tell you what else is a need-to-know basis, is that Nigel has secretly drilled a hole in one of those casks of ale, and he's fashioned a wooden straw that he's supping from occasionally.
Would you please make a sleight of hand check?
I would love to, Paul.
Thank you.
Come on, mate. That is a 13.
13.
That's 2 13s in a row.
Right. Now, there is a stat in D&D 5th edition called passive perception, which is everybody's sort of baseline level of being observant. So you got a 13?
13 I did.
So, Michelle, you are well aware that he's doing this. Rachel, you are blithely ignorant. And Evian, you watched him do it. Everyone knows but Rach. So, yep, you're there with the long straw just sucking booze out of
And setting little toys on fire.
Yeah. The other thing you all know, though, is the person you're delivering to is a gentleman by the name of Mr. Wintergifts.
Mr. Wintergifts.
Real creepy name.
Now, Evian, as you're sort of scouting for the party, can I ask you to make a survival check to make sure that you don't get lost? So I addressed you by your character's name, rather than by your name as I would if I was talking to a person.
A survival check.
So a d20 and add your survival stats. Or survival skill, I should say.
Oh, yes. I got 15.
Yep.
And plus 3, 18.
18, great. Yeah, you're able, even though the snow starts coming down much heavier, it's easy to lose the road, but every now and then Evian steps out of this blanket of snow and goes, no, go left. And steers you.
And you're like, how's she standing on top of the snow?
And you become aware, you can see there's a horse coming your way.
Yeah.
With the rider on the back. You can't make anything out because the snowfall's too heavy for you to see. But you can warn everybody ahead of time.
Guys, there's a horse coming towards us.
Oh, God.
Oh, great.
Okay,
Optimist,
different
pessimist, optimist.
I plug up my straw,
Yeah.
right, seal that bad boy up, and then I stand atop.
Just with your thumb?
I shove a little bit of like tree gum in it, like a stopper.
Sure.
And then I go, what's happening up ahead? This reminds me of one time when I was walking through a fog and I hit a lamppost, so what's up ahead?
I tell Nigel to pipe down, still looking like me, and because as if anyone's forgotten, I'm ex-police, so I can deal with difficult situations.
Yep.
And I stand up on the cart, because I'm only 3 foot, so I need the height, and I say, halt there, you the horse, who are you and what do you want?
I get my longbow out ready,
Great.
and I'm like, it's just a precaution, buddy.
Do you want to be seen to have a longbow out, or would you want to be concealed and ready to go?
Oh, concealed but shouting, just a precaution, buddy. And so-
Which I was going to say, make a stealth check, an advantage, but then you said you're shouting. So
Yeah,
just make a regular stealth check.
yeah, so they can't see me, but they know I'm nearby.
You're really good at hiding.
Yeah, I'm hiding, but they can hear me, so it's creepy.
Make a stealth check. And we'll see how evident you are as you scream abuse.
So I got a 2
Cool.
plus 4 is 6.
You are standing directly in front of the person shouting, you can't see me, but I'm ready to go. You are convinced he can't see you.
Yeah.
But you can see it's one of the guards from the town you've just come from
Oh, okay.
on horseback, albeit wrapped very tightly up in winter clothing.
Can I say hey to the horse?
You absolutely can.
Okay, I say hey to the horse and try to high five it.
Oh no.
Horse is here for it.
Horse is here for
Yeah,
it.
the horse high fives you
I
to
high
the
five
extent
the
that the horse
horse.
can.
Okay.
Like it
Just
does
a
what it
little
can.
fist
It's a
bump.
fist bump. It's a fist
A
bump.
fist bump, but with my sort of clawed
Yeah.
big hand, I sort of push him
Yeah.
just about a meter back.
Do you want to chat with the horse? Is that your deal?
Yeah, what's good? I say.
Hey, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Sweet.
It's cold. The guy on top of me has got a cloak. I got nothing. Just an icy horse.
Oh, I don't like that. That seems unfair. That you don't get a cloak and he gets a cloak.
To be fair, he's got a better union.
I'm sort of grumble about that. I don't like injustice.
You guys got a blanket I could have?
We
got.
can't spare blankets.
Hold on, is this the horse speaking?
This is the horse.
Okay, so we don't
all
know.
you-
don't know, we
You're just looking at the turtle shouted to horse in an incomprehensible language, and the horse make
Alright.
horse noise back at her.
Can I have a blanket?
What for?
Horse. The horse is cold.
We're delivering the blankets to a very important person.
A philanthropist.
Yeah, a philanthropist. So we can't. I'm
That
sorry.
answers my question. Sorry, I didn't speak for a while there. I was sleeping.
Hello, you're a guard.
Hail and well met. Yes, I am.
Hail and well met.
This is just a
Wait,
precaution.
how come you're a big version of that lady?
Will you
It's a
please?
trick of the light. And then I uncast it.
Wizardry.
And then I cast message
Yeah.
and send it into into his head. You need more sleep. You're going a bit crazy.
Make a deception roll.
Are you,
Oh, no.
are you gaslighting the guard?
What'd you get?
I rolled a natural 3, mate.
What are you adding to that?
I'm going to add 4 to that, and because of maths, that's 7.
Yeah, I got a natural 2, and I'm adding a 2 to it. So this guy's like, very sleepy.
Oh,
I've
sorry.
been out on the road too long.
I'm sorry to hear that you're sleepy.
Yeah, it's the worst thing that can happen.
It
to a
seems like
person.
that just suddenly came over you.
It did. I don't know where from. And the weird thing is, I slept 2 hours ago. I woke up. I feel very tired.
Couldn't I ask Sorry about the longbow.
No, it's cool.
It's just a precaution.
You're going to put the arrow the other way around, by the way.
Yeah, that's a precaution. Are you trying to follow us?
No, and you can tell because I've met you head on in the road.
Oh, I thought you were coming from the town we just were at.
No, I'm going that way.
Oh.
Sorry, the snow makes descriptions vague.
Yeah. What are you up to? How's
What do
the
you want?
castle? Yeah, what are you doing here?
Nothing, I'm just travelling home and I've just met you. It just seemed like a reasonable thing to say hello.
Oh, great. We're heading to Wintergift's place.
Oh, the tower?
Yeah.
Just as well. There's a blizzard coming in. You don't want to be going much further than that. In fact, I probably held you up too long. You might remember there's a group of... I saw a team of merchants on their way there as well. Quite a bunch of them. Slow going.
They're ahead of us.
They're coming this way from further out, yes.
Oh. Can
look,
I ask, did you chat to the philanthropist while you were there?
Winter gifts?
Yeah.
Never met the man. I was merely passing. I'm coming up from Bryn Shander.
From where, sorry?
Bryn Shander, one of the other 10 towns. I've been down there visiting family.
All right.
Okay.
So you're not trying to stop us?
Nope.
All right. You just...
We have stopped!
I'm merely local flavour.
All right.
We've done several spells on you.
Can I ask? Everyone seems to know what a philanthropist is. Is it a type of
Allow me.
dance?
Something to do with plants.
Okay,
Fine.
fine.
Well, I'm not going to dispute that. Good luck. He addresses you specifically with that.
Thank you.
And so, sure, you continue on.
To do with plants.
What a nice man.
What's our light situation like? Is it getting dark?
It's permanent. No, it's perpetually dark. There is no sunlight here.
Oh.
So it's moonlight and snow, and you've probably got torches on the wagon. So this guy sort of G's the horse up. Oh, the horse is like, hey, cool meeting you.
Cool meeting.
Yeah, we're back in town. We should, I guess, hang out.
Why would he want to hang out with us? We were so on.
Just me.
Oh, right.
The guy's like,
Oh, that was the horse. Sorry.
Can I
Yeah.
sneak a blanket off the back of the...
Make a stealth check.
Can I assist?
You can, so that gives you advantage, which is a really cool mechanic. So you roll 2 dice and you keep the best one.
Ooh, which 2 dice?
2 d20s, the black dice.
The 2 black ones. Okay, good.
Take the highest.
11.
To which you're adding your stealth.
To which I'm adding my stealth, which is... Where's my stealth?
This list along here,
I can't find... Oh, where's
right
my
down the
stealth?
bottom.
Yes, 2.
Okay, so that's 13.
13.
That is, as we've established, enough to trick Rachel.
Yes.
So yes, you
Throw a blanket on the back of the horse.
And the guardsman's like, oh, well, thank you very much for helping out my horse. Hey, if you want a tip, I know it's obviously very cold on the road. When you get to Winter Gifts, if you need to warm up, get your shoes off and make fists with your feet on carpet. Warms you up no end.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Laura,
Yes?
do we need a bit more light?
If you want to see the view, then yes, but I have the ability to see in the dark.
So do
Okay.
I.
So I can steer the card, but if you want... Yes.
I cast light on an item of clothing Laura is wearing.
Okay,
Do you have armor?
you do.
Yes.
Yeah, I cast light on her armor, so her armor turns into a bright beacon for us.
Does that make your
I
night
imagine-
vision quite up?
I imagine that was designed to annoy, but I strongly suspect it's giving Laura a sense of authority. and importance.
I'm all right with this.
And I do it really casually, like,
Sure. This happens. And now brightly illuminated by Law and Order's magical scale mail, I think you're wearing.
It makes me feel special.
You start once more approaching your destination, and you see looming out of this white haze of the sky, this jagged, dark tower rising up. The top of it is far beyond your ability to see it through the mist and snow. It's easily the tallest thing any of you have ever seen, well over 300 feet tall. Like a sort of giant stone arm reaching into the sky, but it's got this sheeny, like glassy, reflective nature to it. It's quite big as well. Like around, it's wide. And as you approach, you can see there's a high wall and a well-built stone barricade all around the courtyard with a big gate. And as you approach, you see on the top of the wall a gate guard sort of acknowledges you from a little lit hut, waves, beckons you down, and the gate starts to open as you approach. And then what is frankly, I can even describe as a goblin, comes out wearing a somewhat odd outfit. He's wearing curly little red shoes red and green striped tights, a sort of green jerkin, and a red floppy hat, and there's bells on everything.
Amazing.
Behold and welcome. Who are you here to see? I'm a goblin.
Hello, little goblin. We're here to...
Bueno.
Technically, we're the same height.
No, it's cool. I'm actually technically short for a goblin.
Oh.
I'm fine with it.
Cool.
How
as long as you
tall
are.
are you?
About 2'8".
Ha! Tiny. I'm 3 foot. Pathetic.
Oh, no, it feels like bullying.
Sorry. We are here to see Mr. Wintergifts.
Oh, yeah, the only people left.
The plant man.
The plant.
What?
Philanthropist.
The plant? Oh, the plant man?
The plant.
Do you mean the gardener?
I don't actually know what the word means.
Yes.
Forgive Michelle. She's confused and she's obsessed with plants. But she's...
Oh, we've all been there.
But we are here to see the philanthropist.
Yeah, I'm a goblin.
I.e. who gives to people...
Your
in
boss. We're here to see your boss.
Yeah, wait, you said winter gifts. I know who you... I know why we're having this conversation. Come on in.
Sorry, we don't know how to talk to people. When we meet them,
That's cool.
we get confused.
Yeah, come on in. You can put... There's like a little shed stable thing over there. You can put the ox in.
Ooh,
There's two. One's just
Yeah,
very
can we have a
small.
separate
Yeah,
stable
I'm not
for
clear on what the plural of ox is. Is it like mice?
Oxeye.
Wait, no, that's mouse.
Oxo.
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 Yeah, you can put the oxo in the stables.
Don't put them in the same one.
Yeah,
otherwise
they're
we'll
going
have
through
another
something.
little mule to deal with.
Oh no. Yeah, okay, fine.
So should we take them to the stables?
I was just thinking about the Oxo getting it on with their sizes being very different. how
If you're
difficult.
watching at home, why not take a moment to visualise that yourself? We'll wait. So you take the wagon into this little sort of covered area, and there's a little stable off to the side, and you take the ox through into separate sub-stables?
Stalls?
Stablets?
Yeah.
I don't know the term. And then, yeah, if you wouldn't mind bringing the barrels of cider, they will need that for the party.
Yes?
What party?
It's on the 30th floor.
Is there a way of getting up there that isn't walking up?
Oh, yeah, it's like a magic wizard's tower on that.
Oh, great.
Check it out. And he takes you into the foyer, which is this opulent, massive open space. Very clean angles. And surprisingly warm for a place made out of magical ice. And these double doors, which you would have struggled to see if you didn't know they were going to be there, open and reveal a little chamber, and you're escorted in there. Who's carrying barrels of ale, by the way? You can't carry a damn
I've got
thing.
strength of 8, so I am not doing that.
I've got strength of 18.
Okay, so you
got
can
all
conceivably carry like four.
I'm carrying all the barrels.
Well, that's that dealt with. And so you go into this little room, and the doors close behind you, and then you become aware that the floor of this room is just moving upwards. Now, there aren't walls. It's not like a normal lift. It's just a platform that goes up in a big pipe. And you're going past other doors that aren't always on the same facing.
Okay,
And then, sure, with a pleasant bing, this opaque substance in front of you peels apart and reveals behind it an opulent spread. Rich carpet coats the floor, and a reception desk sits immediately opposite you, staffed with a well-dressed half-elf.
I take my shoes off
I take my
immediately.
shoes off
I
too.
take my shoes off.
Rachel?
Behind the
What was
reception.
it, knuckling?
Yeah.
Nuzzling.
Make fists with your toes.
Fists with your toes.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
behind...
I've never done it, but can I roll for that?
You can?
Natural 20.
Good. You immediately feel great. It, for some reason, immensely relaxes you, and you feel warmth flooding back into your body.
Brilliant.
Behind this half-elf at the reception desk is a glass partition, and you can see a Wintershield party in full swing. There's about 40 people here, drinking fairly fancy cocktails and spiced ale. There's a little band in the corner playing fun, jaunty music. It's sort of a nice vibe. And Wintershield is, I guess, the equivalent. It's like a New Year's Eve thing.
I get a nice mingling smile.
Yep.
Start rubbing my feet into the carpet, and I just look for someone to be friends with.
Cool. Well, this half-elf looks like this. Welcome. Oh, you're here with the cider. Yes. Would you mind leaving that just here? And then my employer has asked asked if you would join us for the party, if that's amenable. Would you be so kind as to leave your weapons in one of the side rooms? It's just people drinking around weapons tends to get a bit...
Well,
I'll
have to leave my mind in the side room. Am I wrong?
Nice.
High fives all round.
High five.
Whenever he makes a joke, I meditate to sleep. So I look like I'm still there, but I'm a bit gone. So I always, whenever you say a joke, I go like, oh, sorry, I was meditating. So I do that.
And I respond by going, I'll get you one day.
And I'm like, "Mwah."
Can I real quickly bind my weapon to myself?
Well, I would assume you'd have done that sort of pre-show.
So
but
I
that's
can't leave my weapon behind.
That's a cool little feature Eldritch Knights get to do, which is...
I'm an Eldritch Knight.
which weapon do you want to bind to yourself? Because that gives you two abilities. It means you cannot be disarmed of that weapon against your will.
Does Firebolt count as a weapon?
No.
Morningstar then.
Sure. But you can then also summon that weapon to you as long as you're in the same plane of existence.
Whoa,
Which is a pretty,
like Thor.
Exactly like Thor.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Only because it's a Morningstar, like Thor, but spiky.
You've got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a thorn whip.
That's a spell. So you don't have to leave that anywhere. You can just do
Okay.
that. So you never,
So
you're never
he thinks
really
I'm-
unarmed.
Yeah.
I've got a quarterstaff. Is that really... It could be a walking stick, right?
Are you using it as a walking stick or are you doing fancy toe dances?
I'd put my staff and my two daggers in the side room.
Sure.
Can I discard all my weapons?
That will take a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of everything. And can I put on a bow that I have in
You
my...
absolutely can.
I look very smart.
Because you're a big turtle, where does the bow go?
It's like a sort of...
Oh, amazing.
Oh, I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah, like a
that
little
works.
Real.
Beautiful.
head bow.
Yeah,
Can I ask the half-elf a question?
you can.
Are there any plants at the party?
Yes, there are several. If you look over there, we have a variety of indoor shrubs. And in some of the other office spaces, there's a very nice array of vines and climbers. We've honeysuckle, clematis. I don't know where the emphasis goes in that word.
It doesn't seem like a lot of plants for a plant man.
Yeah, I think I
What?
might have said the wrong thing to you about what a philanthropist is.
Excuse me, could we have one of your plants that Michelle could take with her as we go round? Please?
Yes.
That's why
Will-
she's the leader.
Thank you, Laura.
It's all right.
Will this do? And he picks up a little cactus in a pot from his desk.
Yeah.
Is this okay?
Yes, I'll kiss it. Thank you.
No! Regret.
Kiss it again.
Please take... Oh, just 2 piercing damage from 2 cactus kisses.
Okay.
Wow. That is a spiky cactus.
Michelle, if you're going to touch it at all, use your shell.
Okay. Let's pop it.
As this is,
Yeah.
this is balancing it on the back of your neck.
Do you want me to make it glow?
Yes,
make it glow for you.
please. Yes, please.
I cast light on the cactus.
Done. The cactus glows with what colour?
I ask,
Michelle, what's your favourite colour?
My favorite color is the color of my bow, which is orange.
I make it glow orange.
Done. And that orange glow appears to attract the attention of a middle-aged elven gentleman with dark skin and golden eyes, his grey hair swept back over his head, and an impish grin on his face. He's like, buenos dias, my friends, and welcome to Netheril Tower. I am Mr. Wintergifts, and I would like to thank you all for your prompt delivery of the cider for the party, but also that you are joining us in our celebration of winter gifts. Wintershield, I should call it. But humor me, if you were to receive a gift, what gift would you choose to receive?
The gift of laughter.
Oh, I was meditating. That was.
No, I got you.
It seems like you have gotten your wish, my friend.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Boom.
This guy's good.
Cheers. And you, the turtle with the glowing plant.
Thank you. I already have a gift, but if I could have any other gift, I guess I would ask for...
In my mind's eye, you are retracting into your shell as this happens.
I am. That's where I do my best thinking.
Well, we'll come
I
back.
say she'll need a minute.
I'm gonna just think about it in here.
Okay, we'll.
I would like
Come back to it.
the ability to fly. Do you have that?
I do not.
Okay.
This is a purely theoretical situation. I feel like I've made a promise I cannot keep. I was just making conversation.
Well, then I would theoretically like the gift of flying.
Okay. And you? Oh, I perceive from your badge you're a properly bonded and trained Eldritch Knight.
Thank you for noticing.
You're welcome.
The gift I would like most for Wintershield would be the St. Neot's Badge of Honour, which I was 1 point off getting before I retired from the police. And it was a very hard blow not to have time.
I thought of what I want.
And the turtle re-emerges. Yes?
I, for my Wintershield's gift, would like to be as smart as Laura, to be as swift as Evian, to be as flashy as Nigel, and for us all to have a dance.
Well, I may be able to help with at least part of that gift. We will see. But I have an offer of work for you, which I think will be most intriguing to your group.
I'll take it.
That's too quick. Perhaps you would be willing to...
I'll take it.
Nigel,
I've not finished the sentence.
we don't know how much he's paying.
Yes. Well, we can discuss payment and the details. Would you mind waiting in my office over there? I'm going to get some drinks. I'll meet you there in a moment.
As we
Is that all of us? Or
Cheers.
just her?
No, all of you.
All of us.
Cheers.
Great.
Can I, as we leave the room, can I cast Druid Craft that makes the faint odor of a skunk? So it's just ruining the party a bit.
Yes.
But we've left.
Yes, you can. That happens. And so you step through into a reserved but really comfortable office. There's a lovely sofa opposite a roaring fire, which is welcome for most of you. And the softest rug your feet have come into contact with in the history of your lives.
Can I do control flames to try and
Make it into an
entertain
offensive
these guys?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You can like a little puppet theatre thing, but with fire. Yeah. Also, there's a window, massive window, reinforced glass, overlooking Icewind Dale. And the view is breathtaking. It's difficult to make it out permanently because there's a storm outside, but you can see Targos, the lake beyond, a distant forest, a glacier in the middle distance. Like, it's a really good view. You are very high up. You're about 300 feet up in the air.
I stand with my back to the view to just show how much I was like, don't care. And it impresses you all.
Ooh.
Thanks.
Also, to the side, there's a side door in the office that would be hidden, leading to like a service corridor, but it's propped open at the minute with a mop and bucket, which is like the one thing that really stands out. Like, the mop and bucket should not be in this room. Everything else in here is really tasteful. There's nice little bits of art.
Is there a carpet?
Yeah.
There's a mop.
There's not a carpet in the next room beyond.
Okay.
And there's not a carpet so much as there's a rug, and the floor in here is stone, but there's a couple of comfortable rugs.
I think someone hasn't cleaned up properly.
Can you each make perception checks, please?
Come on, perception. Oh, I've got a +1 on this, mate. 17 + 1, 18.
11 plus 4, 15.
6.
I got 6.
Cool. You guys get nothing. 16?
15.
15 and
18.
18. The two of you hear from that service corridor, like a fair bit of commotion. It's coming from a couple of floors above, but you can't. It's distant, but you can hear like clanging and thudding and doors slamming, and it sounds out of place. And as you kind of both clock that you've both heard that, you give each other looks to go, well, that was weird, and then you hear screams from the main party and a clap of thunder.
The skunk smell has set in. It's a slow burn.
A clap of thunder and shouting in a language that I don't... Does anyone speak Undercommon?
Oh,
Front page.
I speak Overcommon.
That's fair.
Speak common.
Common.
Fair enough. Then in a language you don't understand, some shouting is happening.
Do we hear the shouting?
Yeah, you can hear the shouting. It's like no one's being subtle about it.
Guys, it sounds like undercommon to me, but I can't understand.
And you can also hear like there's some spells being cast. You can hear like the twang of bows being fired.
I run out into that room.
Cool.
Nigel! Basic safety
You
training.
dash through the door, and as soon as you stop, you can see there's a team of maybe as many as 10 very well-armed mercenaries a variety of different, like there's a Goliath, there's an ogre, there's a couple of halflings, corralling the partygoers into the main room with bows drawn and whatnot. These guys are tooled up.
I run back into the office and shut the door, and then tell
Quietly.
everybody what I saw.
You shut
Shut
the door.
quietly.
Oh, not like slam it. I ease it, and the carpet would slow
Make
it down.
a stealth check.
Carpet
Make a
slows it
stealth
down.
check.
Oh,
Make
With
a-
advantage because of the carpet, and I haven't got shoes on.
All right, you can have advantage. Fine.
You need to have a word with him because he is.
What'd you get?
I got a 15.
Okay. I'll let your perception roll ride, so you can hear somebody moving down these offices coming towards where you are.
In a very loud whisper, I'm saying, Nigel, we have been through basic safety training. You don't just run out without a buddy system in place.
Okay.
You weren't even going like this.
Now is not the time.
From the adjacent
For protocol.
office, you hear a gasp of surprise and what sounds like a desk being somebody thrown into a desk or something. The smashing noises from the next door.
Nigel, remember what you just
I
learned?
just run through the open door with
Nigel!
and I intentionally. No, I don't. I want to jump gracefully over the mop and bucket.
Acrobatics check, please. I wouldn't let you do it, but you said gracefully.
Oh God. 4 plus 3, that's 7.
7. You kick the mop and bucket over. It doesn't impede you, but you do make a bit of a racket, and you pour water down the stairs. And
I
you hear from 2 or 3 floors below, like, what?
Sorry.
Go-
We should
I
go down
think-
here, though.
Can I pick up the mop to use it as a staff?
Yes, you can. Smart move. So you've got, from that perception roll you made earlier, you see like there's about 5 or 6 people about 3 floors below you right now, but you can't hear anyone above you.
I relay that information to these guys.
Okay.
Should we go down towards the people?
I want to escape at this point, so I think...
But the more up we
I
go,
think there's
the
only
more-
5 of them down there, and there's 4 of us, and we're pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm a really good fighter.
Yeah,
You're a good
I've got a mop.
We've got spells.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Go
okay,
down,
guys.
go down.
Go down.
Nigel,
down.
quietly.
Yes.
You guys head down 1 floor, and then down a second, and you can hear these voices about 2 or 3 floors below you. The second time you're on the 30th floor. On the 28th floor, the service door is also open, and you hear voices in there. And you can see, as you look into it, it's like a conference room with a bunch of models of different structures, including the one you're in, laid out on a bunch of tables.
Sexy models?
No, like miniature buildings.
Sexy miniature.
Sexy.
Although some of the miniature buildings are sexy.
Oh, okay.
I really want to burn those. They remind me of the toys I used to make.
That's fair. Well, there's also like there's like a glass cabinet here that has like an old weapon, like an ornate piece of like historical weapon in it, which is like a 6-foot long studded metal pole.
Oh, I think we should get that.
Yeah, I agree.
Are the voices coming from this room, though?
There are voices coming from this. So there's also a petition in this room, and the voices are coming from the other side of this room. And what you can hear is, assuming you're stopping to listen briefly, you can hear, I'm afraid I cannot open the vault to you. My plan was to use it to deliver a gift to every child in Icewind Dale. You will clearly use it for evil. Yeah, you're quite correct. My plan is to use this for great evil. Even so, we would like you to open the vault. I'm afraid I cannot help you. You're just going to have to kill you? Yeah, we had figured. And then there's a flash of electrical energy, and you hear a thud, unmistakably, of a corpse hitting the floor.
Oh, man.
Homicide.
As you say that out loud, you hear the other voices go, what was that?
I
It's
step
your
out.
conscience.
I step out and cast Thunderwave.
Okay, you step through this petition. You see there's 5 people here, and 1 guy just leaving.
Okay.
And
I hit them with
yeah,
Thunderwave.
I'll let you have this just happens. You
A
just-
wave of thunderous force sweeps from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. On a successful save, the creature takes half damage and isn't pushed. Also, unsecured objects fly out of the way as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a thing. So I misspoke. There's 4 people in this room, 1 of whom has just left.
Right.
And a corpse. 1 of them is an ogre. 1 is a lizard folk. We've got a halfling and a human. So what
That
am I?
halfling's going flying.
What am I rolling the Constitution save against? What's the
Constitution saving throw, and it's against my
spell save difficulty?
spell save.
I just can't read that.
Oh, up here. Come on, Jared. Spot it. Oh, there. 14.
14. Oh yeah, this isn't going to go great. Okay, first spellcaster. That's a no. So roll your damage for me, and I'll apply this as we go. Oh no!
8 and 17, mate. What's that, 15? 15. 15 damage.
8 and 17.
8 and 7. 15 damage.
This was a very confusing way of relaying this information, Joe. Okay, right, well, a couple of interesting things occur. Give me a second. One is... Oh, no. Oh, God. All of the people in this room are thrown 10 feet back. Not one of them has made their con save. One of them, so there's a mage who turns around and kind of pulls his hands apart with electrical energy sparking between his fingers, and then he fired back onto a spiked model and is just impaled through a big model ship.
Nice.
Wow.
They're just done. They had very less hit points than I thought they did.
They killed the guy who gave me the gift of laughter.
Yeah, that makes them baddies.
Yes.
The ogre, who on my little map is stood at the back of this, and I'd forgotten you had Thunderwave, is blown directly through a window of the 28th floor of a building. Gets a 1 on a dex save. We won't see them again. You've just blown them out of the window. I'm frankly annoyed. Lizard folk is blown over and takes, how many, was it 15?
15.
15 hit points. But they drop to all fours and get ready to pounce. And then there is a halfling who also takes 15 hits, but has managed to grab onto a pillar.
I'm worried this is teaching Nigel to keep not using caution, and really, in the long run, it's bad that this has gone so well.
100%.
We're in it now, though, aren't we?
That's where we're at. So
We're in
can I
it
ask
now.
everybody to roll initiative, please? Because you are now in
Three-sided
a combat
dice.
with significantly fewer people than I was hoping.
Where's initiative?
Yeah.
What did you get?
Just underneath the portrait of your character.
I got 20.
11.
Okay, so do you roll a natural 20?
I got 16 and a 4.
Okay. Rach, you got 11. Jared?
6.
Oh no. And Sophie?
12.
I have to mark down that I've done one of my spells, right?
You do.
Come on.
Although, because you're a sorcerer, you did a spell.
Oh.
That means I throw a die away.
This could change everything.
You did a spell, and we roll for wild magic to see if the tides of magic have come to do weird stuff at you. Thank you, Heidi. Oh, there's a whole thing I forgot. There's a whole mechanic I completely forgot about. In D&D 5th edition, there's a mechanic called Advantage, which if you get something helping out with a roll, you roll 2 dice, you keep the best one. You have disadvantage, you roll 2 dice, you keep the worst one. But you can get something called Inspiration, where if you roleplay your character well, then you're given Inspiration, and you can spend that to get advantage on a roll. Now, usually, when I play, I keep track of it with lemons, but because it's winter, we have snowballs.
Yay.
And I would argue that everyone has done stuff earning them advantage, so everyone...
I'm so glad I caught that.
Hey!
Are we all good catchers?
Yeah.
It looks that way.
Cricket team.
I'm 100% hoping that the end shot of this will just be us having a sort of faux snowball fight. Keep watching to find out if that is the case. But, right, wild magic. Let's see if this... Yes! Okay, a wild magic effect has occurred.
Okay, can we just clarify? So I am a wild sorcerer.
Yes.
So every time I cast magic, you
a
roll a
chance.
d20,
Yeah,
and there's a chance the wild energies of magic do something else,
Yes.
as well as what I've done.
It seems like it's only a punishment for you. Like, is there an
It can
advantage?
go
Could be good
well.
things.
It's just
And
very
I leave it to you to decide whether this
But
has.
judging by his face, I don't think this is going to be that good.
So what you see is, you guys see this murder happen behind these petitions. You then see the toy maker step forward and go, no! Just scream, no! And blast people back through windows and across tables and impaling that guy. And then he kind of turns around as if to go, yeah! As a load of magical grease just appears all over his body as you have accidentally cast the spell grease on yourself.
Amazing.
Please make a dexterity save to not Jerry Lewis all over the place.
Oh, I'm going to Jerry Lewis, aren't I?
Yep.
That's a 12.
Yeah, you just bump, You slip, you banana peel, slip, and just land on your back. You are prone and greasy.
Amazing. No one's grabbing hold of me.
That is a mild benefit.
Yeah.
But as we enter into combat, I realise I've covered up the initiative order with other paperwork. So, Evian, you're up first.
Oh, yeah.
What would you like to do in combat? There is a halfling with 2 wicked-looking daggers and a lizard folk who is currently unarmed.
Would my thorn whip be more effective than the mop?
I'm going to say yes.
Do either of you want my mop?
Yeah.
Can I throw my mop to Laura
Yep.
and then get out my thorn whip?
You 100% can.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, that is a giant mop for you now, isn't it?
It's huge,
Yeah,
but I'm a
it's-
fan of the improvised weapons. So.
Yeah. It's basically a polearm at this point. But yes, so roll your Thorn Whip attack. So you actually get out Thorn Whip, you cast Thorn Whip,
Yep.
and this sort of razor-edged vine erupts from your palm, and you just slash people with it.
Nice. So I want to slash at the lizardy one
Sure.
because I got a lizard phobia.
Your
10.
character's driven by a lot of phobias. You're
I
adding...
mean, that's me as a
Oh, fair enough.
adding
Next to the little Thorn Whip thing, you're adding 4 or 5 to that.
6.
6.
Roll to hit.
Yeah.
6.
So that's 16. You
And
have
then
hit.
I roll a 10 to get the damage.
Correct.
8.
8 damage. Cool. So
Nice hit.
You wrap this Thorn Whip around the lizard folke's forearm, so it brings its arm up, and then you just pull, and because it's covered in thorns, it just tears up the guy's arm. It doesn't so much scream as hiss. Like, it's gross. You've reacted appropriately. That's how I wanted you to be. Respond to this. At which point, then this halfling is going to launch at the little greasy boy.
Good luck, mate.
She has advantage on these attacks, which means I get to do some sneak attack stuff. What's your armor class?
It's pretty high, mate, because I'm a sorcerer.
Yeah, that's how it
13.
goes. 13. Oh, sweet Moses. So sorry. So she gets to attack. She misses with 1,
Yeah.
presumably because greasy.
Yep.
But she hits with the second, so that you take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 damage.
Jeez, chill out, mate.
As she just tries to stab you, you grease your way to one side, and she brings the other dagger down, just right in your shoulder.
That's smart.
Yep. And then she's going to use her cunning action to dash away from you.
Oh, yeah.
So you get an attack of opportunity because she's not disengaging. She's running away and ducking behind one of the upturned tables.
Talk me through an attack of opportunity.
When
does it have
somebody-
to be a melee attack?
It does.
It does have to be
Yeah.
a melee attack.
So if somebody is immediately adjacent to you and does something that isn't, paying attention to you in a fight, like running away from you, turning their back on you, getting distracted, that kind of thing, you get to make what's called an attack of opportunity using your reaction for that turn. So it's just a free. You get to.
Yep.
In this case, throw a punch, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch the halfling in the buttock.
Great.
As the halfling turns, I'm going to thump it in the bum.
Roll me a d20, and I believe
I've got
minus
it. Unarmed strike is a +1 for me.
+1. Yeah.
So that's going to make a lot of
And your
difference.
damage, I think, is 1.
I'll tell you the damage once I hit. Does a 5 +1, 6 do it?
It does not.
You're lucky, because if I did hit you, it's got down here, 0 bludgeoning damage.
Nice. So instead of punching her, what you do is you just sort of fist bump the air like at the end of the Breakfast Club, but greasy. Next up is Sophie on 12.
12.
So you've just seen your good friend, the
Yeah.
Chaos Sorcerer, be stabbed. I would say too much almost in the heart.
Yeah.
I mean, it really hurt.
I'm pretty angry about this. My heart really wasn't in the fight, but I saw him get stabbed and then do some black power fisting, so I'm angry now.
Not your rage. You hate your rage.
I don't like the rage, so I'm resisting the rage, but I sort of take my cactus off my back and put it on a table for safekeeping, and I say,
check on
"Hey, you, come over here."
Are you addressing the halfling?
Yeah, the one that
Stabbed him.
Stabbed him. Yeah.
No. Checkmate.
Plan B.
And then I say, if you don't come over here, I'm gonna come over there.
That seems reasonable.
Okay.
As I'm trying to hold my lifeblood
Yeah.
in, I turn to you and go, "Can you hurt it for me, please?"
I'm just not angry, and I'm trying to control my anger.
Okay. I don't...
I'm sorry, Nigel. I've been practicing mindfulness, and even your impending death isn't getting me.
Can I
What?
quietly knock her cactus over without her seeing?
But yeah, her attention is very much on Nigel.
So Nigel, I'm sorry,
knock it over.
but I'm not getting into my old bad behaviors.
Your cactus. Your cactus.
As you see that, you look down and the cactus just rolls past you, and you can see, you should look down, the little pot it was in is smashed on the floor.
Then I point at the halfling and I say, that guy did it. He said, I hope it dies.
Oh my God. For a second, I'm just so overcome with anger that I can't move. And then I start physically shaking. And then I start putting my little turtle hands into fists and balling them in the air.
And I go, what have I unleashed?
And then I'm just full rage. So I just fly at the halfling with my fists. And then my claws.
In that order.
Yeah.
Lovely. Would you make an attack roll, please? You have advantage on this attack roll because of your insane
Roll that one as
rage.
well.
Roll this one as well.
Take the highest.
12 plus 4, 16.
But because you're raging, you're adding 2 to this.
And I'm
because
adding 2.
Rage.
18.
18. You have absolutely hit this halfling.
Oh.
Your damage with your... Oh, you're very strong.
Yeah.
Your damage with your claws is like 1d4 plus 4.
Yes, my damage with my claws is plus 6, 1d4 plus 4 slashing.
Yep.
Wow.
So roll one of the d4s, which is the little red pointy things.
Ooh.
Which I guarantee you, until you roll one, you won't know how to read them. And then once you've rolled them, you'll go, oh, I get it.
That's
It's the only number that's
4.
upright. It's a 4?
Yes.
Is that 8 damage in total then?
Yes.
Oh, no. This has
is
gone
awesome.
so badly. 15, 16... Okay, he's technically still alive. So yeah, you rush over and cowering behind this table, you rush over and just start slashing your claws at the table again and again. You tear the table in half, throw either side, and then just smack the halfling on the face, slamming her head into the ground.
Wow.
It's got a real late 90s WWF, pre-WWE vibe to it.
Love it.
Nice.
Yeah. Which brings us to Rachel.
Yes. What's left? Who's left?
Halfling is still technically up and running, and there's a lizard folk with a ruined left arm who is, it's about to go next and is rearing back as if to pounce or something.
Ooh.
I'm going to go for the lizard with my Morning Star.
Which you do not have with you.
It's bound to me.
Yeah. Do you want to summon it?
Yeah, I want to summon my Morning Star.
Okay, cool. So the first thing you do is a free action. You just go, hold your arm out, and you can hear punk, 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 and through the ceiling, your Morning Star bursts in, showering sparks, bits of gravel, and a worrying amount of blood. Suggesting somebody was between you and it when you summoned it.
Well, that's the law.
It's not the law.
And then with the momentum of that, you just keep going backwards and backhand this guy, because I think that will look cooler if we ever animate this. Please do.
Backhand.
Yeah.
Like in tennis.
Oh, all right.
Would you make an attack roll, please?
Yeah. What dice is that with?
The little black dice on the top
20.
of the pile.
That says 14.
Yep.
Plus what?
Plus, next to the Morning Star on your character sheet.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. 19.
19. Oh, yeah, that's a hit. And your damage, I believe, is 1d8 plus summon or other. That's a d4. D8's a green.
Oh, sorry. 10.
10 damage. 1, 2, 3. Oh, for God's sake. Sure. So as you backhand, you smash this lizard folk across the jaw, and he's still there, but his jaw is sailing through the sky.
Beautiful.
You put your foot on his chest, because he was crouching down. That's how you've been able to do this. And pull the Morning Star out of his face, and he just topples to the floor. Next up,
He is not going to have the gift of laughter.
Yeah. And then I use the mop I've got to clean it up.
Nice. As a bonus action, you start mopping.
Yeah.
And then last but not finally, it is Jared. It is
Can
your
I
go.
cast from the floor?
Yeah.
Sweet biscuits. I am going to firebolt the halfling.
Do it. Give me that roll.
Giving it to you right now. 8 plus 6.
Plus 6. Oh, you've just hit.
Yeah.
Exactly what you needed. Roll me some damage, friend.
D10.
1d10.
1d10.
As this little orb...
6.
You summon a little orb of fire in your arm, your good arm, and just hurl it.
Yeah.
But you manage to... You put some spin on it, so it looks like you've missed. And then it just curves round and hits her upside the head.
Nice.
As the turtle is standing over her, just screaming. Just like listing things you're unhappy about. And the halfling is no more. And once again, silence reigns in the room, except of course for the screaming turtle.
And I slip and slide trying to stand up. I keep falling to the ground. How long does grease last?
Full minute, mate.
Full minute.
They were all trying to get into somewhere.
The vault.
Is the vault in the room?
No.
No.
What's in the room is most of 2 corpses. So most of 3 corpses. So the 2 people you killed by not pushing them out of a window.
Yeah.
The charred remains of Mr. Wintergifts. And quite a lot of splintered furniture for what was realistically about a 30-second fight.
And my cactus.
And your cactus.
I cast mending on the pot.
It just goes and reforms. And the cactus is also like drawn back into it.
Oh.
And then I cast light on it and cast it orange again.
Yep.
And I say, so your rage was useless.
And
Got
then
fixed.
and then I say,
Michelle, I'm really greasy. Can you slide me across the floor just for a laugh?
Sure.
just give me a gentle
Thank
kick.
you. I'm just
See how far
Just
you
roll
can
the
get.
d20 and tell me what you get.
Oh, he's going out the window.
If you get a 1,
Oh my God.
what'd you get?
1.
So yeah, you just go, okay, fine, and kick him. And what happens is you slide right towards the window. Realize what's actually happened is you're on there's a series of, I guess, tatami mats.
Yeah.
And you're on one of them, and it's just slid out of the window with you, and you're on the edge of it, and it's just tipping up. Luckily, there's a fire hose that you might be able to grab.
I'm covered in grease, so I cast Featherfall.
I can use my thorn whip to try to catch you.
Do it.
Damage
100% do it. Roll that.
D20?
Yep, just roll to hit him.
Oh, I can't. It's in a groove.
Re-roll it. Jack die.
1.
Okay, you blind him in one eye.
I was trying to help.
I've got hemp and rope.
floor!
Oh, rope would be nice.
Yeah.
I should have done this earlier. Sorry, I just wanted to see what would happen, but I've got hemp and rope, so I throw the rope to try and...
Can I get it? I'm covered
put it
in
in a
grease.
basket.
You can get it. It's just going to be slightly harder because you're a greasy friend.
All right.
If
So-
not, I can entangle him in weeds and vines.
Great.
I also
I've got
have a rope.
Featherfall, so I'm not going to hurt. As
We
I
want to help really aggressively.
I tie the rope into a lasso formation because I
I
learned
really
how to do
regret
knots.
trying to have a laugh.
Oh, there
This
was
is
a
more fuel
character
for
out.
anxiety. and
Can I help with my rope?
You sure can.
Okay.
I mean, what are the odds that everyone's just going to beat him with ropes as he falls out of a
We
building?
send him out the window.
Can I roll 3d20 to see if I grab onto any of the 3 ropes that are thrown at me?
No, I'd make 1 check, but because there's lots of opportunities, you're making it with advantage now. Actually, it should be with disadvantage. You're just making a normal check.
So I'm making a normal check.
Normal check, but not a disadvantage. Not an advantage.
on.
What did you get?
What am I rolling? Athletics? Acrobatics?
Acrobatics. What'd you get?
Not going to do it.
What'd you get?
7.
7? Oh, God, no. And with this, as the timing mat starts to tip up, you kind of wily coyote yourself on it, and you're starting to actually fall out of the window.
Are you going to do your rope?
Was that someone else?
That was all.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Right. I can do a gust
entangle.
of wind or entangle.
I can fall away from the
I'll make it
building.
come back in.
Oh, actually, you can do that.
Yeah.
I've got a bow.
Okay.
I've got a bow.
Please don't shoot me.
No, I've got a bow on my head. I've got an orange bow.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to try gust of wind?
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, you don't have to. Usually, you'd make a saving throw against this. Do you want to resist being
I
saved?
really do not.
Excellent. At which point, the wind changes direction, and underneath you, there's an updraft, and you're blown back into the room. but like way too strong, and just go sail across everybody and smash through one of the models.
Amazing.
We're
Landing
doing
next-
a good job being
Am I
quiet
still
from all
greasy?
those.
You're still greasy.
So I slide even further.
Yeah. You slide even further and land next to one of the corpses of the villains. But the advantage here is you realise you are next to a bag of a mixture of alchemical reagents and a sadly broken wand, which is sort of sparking magical energy. It'll probably work, just not the way it's supposed to.
Okay. I pocket both of those things. Do you think I can do mending on that wand?
You might be able to. You think it might be past that because it's a magic item and mending is usually for mundane stuff.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Okay.
But
I know that.
also the bag, think of it like a satchel of volatile reagents.
Yes.
So it's like you wouldn't pocket it, but you would carry it around with you.
I'll carry
Put
it
it over
around.
your shoulder.
And what would I be using those reagents for?
Make an Arcana check.
17.
Blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
You're still near the window. As you look down into the courtyard where Jared almost fell, you can see that milling around the courtyard is the town guard from Togos, who you saw before.
Oh, yeah.
Just idly waddling around, just having a little look around. Seems chilled.
That's funny. He was going the other way.
Yeah.
Where's his horse?
I know. Has the horse still got a blanket?
Yeah.
Is the horse
The horse
with
has
him?
got a blanket. He's on the horse.
Yeah.
But he's many, many floors down below us.
Can't
13,
believe I tried to
28
give that
floors.
guy a gift.
Should we? We could whisper to him, shout to him.
From 28 floors up during a storm.
I can send
Yeah.
message.
Oh, you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Just let me ungrease myself.
Yeah.
I'd say it's been about a minute now. The grease,
What, with all that tomfoolery?
yes, the grease returns whence it came.
Thank you for saving me.
Have you learnt anything, Nigel?
Well, I've learnt that sometimes asking a massive turtle to kick you whilst you're greasy can backfire.
That's
So let us hope that that perfect storm never happens again.
I prefer the term big boned.
You are massively boned and beautiful.
Thank you, Nigel.
I look out the window
Yeah.
and see him as well.
What do you want me to say?
help. There's murderers up here.
Okay.
I ask for some guards of
Yeah.
the
Okay.
city
I
or
send a
whatever. to
message
come.
to him
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And say, the tower is under attack from mercenaries. Get help.
Does he get? Can he reply to that? I can't remember how message works. It'll be on the.
You point your finger towards a creature and whisper a message. The target, and only the target, hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
So only you hear is like, "Hey, this is an emergency channel.
This is an emergency. The tower's under attack.
Who is this? Wait, hang on. There's a lot of bodies down here. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay,
I did
I'll be
that,
back with
but they're
guards.
attacking the tower.
Wait, you're a murderer?
No, I'm not.
I'll
a
be back with
murderer.
more guards.
Please do. Is your horse still warm?
But yes, this conversation's taking a long time. Move on.
Right.
Did you
what
ask
are we
him
going to
if
do
his
now?
horse was warm?
Moving forward.
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
Stop being a nerd. They're
Right.
still in the moment.
We've
So
been
this-
under attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can also, by the way, you can hear a tiny little voice coming from the debris.
That we just created? Should we investigate the voice?
I investigate.
Oh, sorry.
Magically.
I assist.
Can I roll for it?
Yeah. Just an investigation check.
I do a gust of
Whoa. 24.
Holy Moses!
Yeah.
You find
investigate the
a small stone about the size of a fist with intricate carvings in it, and you can hear a voice coming out of it in speaking Undercommon. And there's another one. You found two of these. And you recognise them. They're called sending stones. They're basically walkie-talkies, but magic.
Cool.
We could have used this to talk to the guy downstairs, but no need.
All you had to do was throw a rock at him from height.
Can I investigate the other bodies and our friend's body?
Yes.
That is a 15 plus 5. 20?
Okay. With a 20, yeah, 20. Okay, as you're looking around, you find there's two daggers that the
normal
halfling had. Normal daggers,
All right.
in this case. There's two, the lizard folk had a great club
As I'm finding the stuff, I'm offering it.
Daggers? Anyone want daggers?
I'll have a dagger.
Dagger?
Thanks.
Gently pass it.
Nice.
You're not like,
I'm not like,
Have it. Great club. Who wants the club?
all right, hand it over.
but you were also aware that remember the glass cabinet I mentioned? That's been smashed with all the Thunderwave. And
That
there is
big
now a 6-foot-long steel great maul.
I'm very tall.
What's your strength modifier?
My strength.
Michelle, you should take that
10.
massive thing.
Yeah, this thing is not your
Not my
style.
thing.
Can I take
Am
it?
I
Can
too
I take
light
it?
on my feet? Oh, classic me.
Can I take
Yes,
it?
you can.
Thank you.
This functions, for argument's sake, exactly the same as the great axe you brought with you,
Okay.
except that it adds 1 to hit and 1 to damage.
Okay. Yes.
Feel free to
If
add that.
you're
It's called a mole.
A maul.
Michelle, if you're using that, can I use the other thing you got?
Club.
Club. Yeah.
Michelle? Can I have your club, please?
I guess.
Oh, you used to be so sweet.
What else
I
is
hand
there?
over the club.
That's pretty much
Pretty
it.
much
You
it.
blew a lot of the other exciting stuff into
Oh,
the air.
yes.
Can I talk into the stone?
Yes.
What do you do?
Yes. Who is this?
Who are you?
My name is Severus Gruber.
Oh, you sound not sinister. You're welcome.
Sarcasm.
No. Where are you?
That means a tower. Where are you?
Quite far away from the tower, sadly. How's it all going there?
Great. Who is this?
I am friends with that lizard guy that works for you. I've forgotten his name.
Chris.
Yes, Chris. He lent me this rock and he forgot to take it to the tower, so I'm just trying to get it back to him, see how everything's going, how your plan's going. What was your plan again?
Make
The vault. You were going to
make
get
a
in the vault.
persuasion roll.
Damn it. He's on to me. Oh, 9 and -1.
Yes.
Unexpected.
Nice try. I'm not going to unveil my plan to you, random stranger who's found Chris's sending stone.
Well, I know his name's Chris now, so... And you don't even know he's dead.
Wait, Chris is dead. Gunther, Klaus, quickly go find Chris.
Ow, I'm so sorry.
Oh, heavy arm.
Can I say into the speaking... Did we hear any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can I say into the speaking stone,
They're all dead. And I think you'll find about us that we die hard.
Yeah. I'm here for puns. I don't get the reference.
I say, yippee-ki-yay, mother hugger.
It's a family show. At which point, there's more like, okay, they're on the 28th floor. Go, everyone, convert to the 28th.
Right, we now have to run because there are people after us.
Yes.
Or
Who
we
knows
can
how
stay
they
and
found
fight.
us?
Maybe. But I want to get to the real Severus. Because he's up high, isn't he?
As far as you know, yeah.
Oh, we should
Okay.
go up high.
We have a duty to ourselves and to the people that we have promised to take care of this city, to take out the #1 villain in the arena. And that is Severus Gruber.
You cut off the head of the snake. It won't eat no more.
Nice.
Nigel, for once we're on the same page.
I
Brilliant.
like books. Let's go.
Let's go.
Can we go up the stairs?
You can.
Ooh.
Up again. So, yes, let's say, where shall we go? We'll go to the scene. You arrive a couple of floors up, almost near the roof.
Bit puffed out.
Bit puffed out, yeah. But you're all pretty, you're pretty athletic.
was it?
Yeah.
Was it
Pretty
dexterity or constitution running upstairs?
Constitution, I would say.
Yeah, I'm all right.
So you'll get there, and what you can find is, it's basically the layer, the floor that would be roof access. You're not on the roof proper. What you find is, underneath the roof itself, there's a series of, not really concealed, runes painted on in glowing red paint that look pretty ominous, and they're all connected in a big circle underneath the roof.
Ooh, that sounds like something we should be blowing up in my professional
Can I read the runes using investigation?
What languages do you speak?
Gnomish, Dwarvish, Orc, Common.
I speak Draconic and Elvish.
I speak Druidic and Elvish.
I speak Aquan, Common, and Elvish.
Okay, a lot of Elvish in the room. Between the two of you...
Or Arcana?
Between the two of you, you can make an Arcana check. So whoever's got the better modifier, use it, and do it with advantage because the other one's helping. Or both make checks and just have it done.
I rolled a 10 plus a 5, 15.
18 or... Oh, 18.
18, cool. Okay, you clock it. It's sort of it's like a reverse summoning spell. You've not seen it before, but it's infernal. And you get a better grip on it. Anyone who's on that roof when this spell goes off will be sent directly to hell, will not pass go.
Okay.
And it will go off in a big area. It's not just the roof, it'll take out the top couple of floors.
The great prison in the ground.
Can I blow it up?
That's what they call it.
Can I blow it up? Or do I know from my knowledge that if a section of it is broken, the whole spell won't work?
No. What you know is, that is true, but you don't know which section will disarm it and which section will trigger it now with you in it.
Ooh.
You hear over the sending stones, "Attention, whoever's in the tower. This is the Telos Guard and the Flaming Fist mercenaries. We're taking over the situation now."
Okay.
The Flaming Fist mercenaries?
Yeah.
They're
You
really
know,
good.
they're really good, but they're a bit massively irresponsible.
How
with
are they
us.
talking on the stone when the stone's with Severus Gruber?
Open frequency.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
classic.
old ham radio.
Can we talk back to them and say, we're trying to help,
Yeah.
we're trying to help?
I think the mime is eating.
Oh, sorry.
Nice. No, but, we're trying to help.
Guys, we're helping.
Who is this?
Should I tell them?
You're
Michelle.
talking. You've got the stone.
My name's Evian. I'm a pretty big deal around here, so if you haven't heard
I mean, who is this? Like, give me context to who you are, not just a name.
They don't need to know. We just want to get on with our job.
we were just here when it all happened, and now we're just some good guys and gals.
One of us is an Eldritch Knight.
Yeah, she goes
Actually,
on about it.
can I speak on the stone?
Yeah.
Hello, officer. This is former
Hello?
detective.
Wait, hang on. Sorry. No, you go.
This is former detective Laura Norder. I'm a gnome. I'm in control of the situation, so you don't have to worry.
What proof do we have that you're in? What proof do we have that you are Laura Norton?
My former badge number was 4352, so you can ring that up and find out.
Sure. Okay, Mark, ride back to town and check that fact.
We're down one man.
Does that allay any of your worries?
No.
Well,
Tell them about the leader. His name's Groot. What's his
Yeah,
name?
Severus Gruber. I'm also on this call because it's one open frequency, which now I regret.
Severus, tell them that we're not with you.
No, they're with me. They're,
No,
Severus.
you can't
I'm going to hang up. I'm going to hang up.
That's not how these work. Also, Eddie, on 20th? Yeah? Hit them. At which point you hear sort of a big explosion from the base of the tower. And the tower itself shakes. And you hear screaming through the sending stone.
That is not within protocol.
Hit them again.
Wait, Eddie, who are you hitting and where?
Well, if you're looking off the windows, you can
There's
see
innocent people in here.
from lower in the tower, somebody's casting fireballs out of the tower on a lower floor
Oh,
into the
I think we should go
assembled
there.
guards outside.
Yeah. All right.
And the guards are being scattered left, right, and centre.
Let's go
Where the
down.
fireballs are going from. I think we should go there and stop them. And we say, don't worry, the police, we're going to go stop this for you.
You've got people on the inside.
Severus, we're running away. You don't worry.
If we're going downstairs, can we go to the vault?
So you're coming down from 36.
Yeah.
The vault is on 33.
33.
The guy killing all
Stop
the
on the
guards
way.
is on 22.
We say to the guards, we are going to help you with this guy that's trying to, but we make a little stop at a vault.
Just a little
Make an Arcana check.
I'd love to. That is a solid 9.
Cool. Magic's great.
It's fun, isn't it?
I'll take an Arcana check from Rach and Heidi or Sophie. It's slightly higher difficulty than you guys.
7.
Yeah.
I got 20 plus 1.
What?
21. I got a natural 20.
Okay, great.
I got 3.
Magic also seems cool. But you realise the lift doors on this floor are open.
Yeah.
He has a bag of explosive chemicals.
Yeah.
As you poke your head through the lift, you realise the base of the lift is around the 22nd floor.
We should drop the explosions down the thing, blow them up.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I thought
Do I
you
need to do
would.
any prep on this, or do I just drop them?
Maybe chase him with a firebolt?
All right, chuck them down.
I've got an acid
Firebolt
arrow.
it.
Oh, sorry, you go.
Shouting anything while that happens?
Yippee-ki-yay! Mother sleeping with her?
So make an attack roll with your firebolt, just to see if just to make sure you don't inadvertently shoot the guy you've kidnapped.
Oh, +6, 15.
Yeah, that's fine. So this bag lands, and though you can't see this, but cinematically, this guy preparing another fireball, but a scroll, get ready to scatter the next wave of guards, just turns around and goes, "What was? Oh no!" As a firebolt hits
And
that.
before he hears that, he hears me shout,
It's getting hot in here.
At which point he's like, "You can't help it." Like, "So take off," and then he's just blown out of the window.
Can I, before we go into the big vault room,
Yes.
can I use a move now to turn into a giant crab to be ready?
You 100% can.
Okay.
You
Preemptive
turn
crab.
into a 5-foot tall crab.
wow.
And now I think I can only speak through Michelle.
That is correct.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Hey, they don't know what I'm saying about them.
I run down the stairs.
In my mind, by the way, because I've been conditioned by watching Pokemon as a kid, you're just going, all you can hear, Rachel, is going, crab, crab, crab. Crab, 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 crab.
Oh, also I say to Michelle, tell them that it's me in case they think I'm...
Oh, they watched the horrific
watched-
process
Yeah, okay,
of turning
good.
into a crab.
Yeah.
It's unsettling. In fact, the guy you've kidnapped, Judas, just vomits. He's disgusted by it. It's right in front of him.
I'm not worried because I'm too busy trying to figure out how to walk downstairs sideways as a crab.
Yeah, it's tricky.
I'm really regretting this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is maybe the worst choice you could have made. Anyway, you head to the 33rd floor, to where the vault is supposedly going to be. Just as you head down to the 33rd floor, you hear the Flaming Fist guy going, "Right, enough of that. Deal with this." And all the lights in the building go out. It's all been internally lit with these little magical lanterns. Any magical abilities you had going on stop. You remain a crab.
Lucky I did it just
An
before.
ongoing magical effect. As you recognise this is a wave of anti-magic has drifted over the building, shutting everything down.
But I'll be able to cast magic after this, right?
Yeah, you can feel it. It's there for about 10 seconds, then it lifts,
So
What's happened to
your
the
cactus.
cactus?
Oh no.
goes out.
Oh no.
And as you step
real
into
shame.
the vault room on the 33rd floor, you can just hear Grover saying, "See, I give you the greatest miracle of all. The F. The last word on the vault was a magical seal. The Flaming Fist always played by the book and used anti-magic effects. And behold, now, the vault of many worlds." And you hear classical music play from a little music box.
Nice.
As this vault opens, and you can see, to your right, this door opening in what appears to be an external wall, but behind it is an infinitely long corridor, just with ornate door after ornate door after ornate door in it. And
What
standing-
classical music's playing?
I can't remember the one.
Holst's Mars, maybe?
No, it's
No?
not Ode to Joy. I've lost it.
Can it be Holst's Mars?
It can be Mars.
Great.
Bringer of War
Yeah.
by Holst. And you see in front of this is a human with a little goatee beard
Yeah.
and wearing a very well-tailored set of robes. And next to him is a sort of hulking, maybe a Goliath, with long blonde hair swept back, and this absolutely ripped dude carrying 2 long swords and just looks up and glares towards the door. He hasn't seen you, but he's heard something.
I'm ready to...
Can I see them?
Yeah, that's why I'm describing them.
Great. Can I cast Mind Spike on Gruber?
Holy shit, yes, you can. So, I think, well, we may as well roll for initiative, as I think Jared is starting. Oh, sorry, the one thing I forgot to mention is, you were also aware that next to the open window, there is a third guy with a sword ready to cut the throat of Minnie.
What? Millie.
Our ox.
The ox.
Yes, the ox. The two
How did they
oxes.
do that here?
The 2 oxes have been brought up here as hostages
What, to the 22nd... No, the
to the 33rd floor.
How did they... We're not going to be able to get them back down. They may as well die.
Oh, there's a lift.
Oh, okay.
And also, a lot of you have magics that would allow that to happen. There's so many ways of doing it.
You had your chance, Millie.
Can I shout out to Millie and ask if she's okay?
Yeah?
Millie, are you okay?
No, we got captured by this dude. Oh, we broke our stable, but we were doing stuff in the stables.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah, we got out.
Is that why
It was
they?
pretty good.
Millie's saying being disgusting. I ask Evian what we should do in Crab.
Oh, about Millie specifically, or
Yeah, just about Millie, not.
I think we should just attack
17.
17.
because
Cool.
I think Nigel's gonna attack. So I think we need to
Initiative for me, please.
back up.
Heidi,
16.
initiative.
Oh, yeah, but +2.
+2.
18.
18.
I got 9.
Cool.
Michelle's on 18.
Lovely.
18.
All right. So, as we drop into a fight, Sophie, you get to go first.
Okay, so there's the Goliath guy. There's a
There's
blonde
a Goliath
hair.
guy.
There's the human in the robes. Who's the third guy with Millie?
Third
Just
guy,
Millie?
yeah, who's a elf.
Okay, so I'm going to go for the elf with Millie. Because I need my ox back.
Yeah.
So I run at the elf with Millie and I try and snatch the whole ox
Right.
with one arm and push the elf with the other.
Okay, great.
Right? That's all good?
Yep, you're doing
So
a shove, I think is the technical term for this.
Yeah. A snatch and shove.
Yes.
That's fine. I can do that. I push him away.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I put.
Well, you have to make some rolls, but
Okay, cool.
we'll do
Well,
it.
keep that.
We'll do the quick and dirty version of this. So roll whatever you just rolled, add your strength modifier to it.
13. What's my strength
Modifier
modifier?
at the top, the big +4.
+4. 17.
Okay. Yeah, this plays. So you push him.
Yeah.
He drops his sword, and he gets to make a dexterity save to not just tumble out of the window. And you manage to drag, not sort of pick up the ox, but pull the ox away from the edge.
Okay.
So it's only now Barry who's in danger. And this guy, 14, grabs the edge of the building. He's unarmed, but he's holding onto the edge of the building.
Okay.
He's cut his fingers on the broken glass, but he's still a factor in this fight. But yeah, you've managed to you've got Millie safe. Dealt with.
Okay.
Next up, on initiative 17, this enormous Goliath turns round, screams balefully, and charges at the doorway towards the Eldritch Knight, but he's using his other attack to throw one of his long swords at the turtle.
Oh.
Wow.
18, 19, 20. 23 do it?
23?
It's armor class, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Do I, right.
So yes, this.
17.
Oh no, you don't need to roll. You just need to. You're taking some damage as this guy slings a longsword across the room, and it goes straight through, right into your chest. Doesn't go deep enough to do permanent, serious damage, but it is still 12 damage. This guy's really strong. And then he arrives at the door just in front of Rachel, and kicks the door with one foot, and then runs his sword through the door.
Oh.
Because it seems like it would look cool. 19, 20, 21, 23, 4. That's another good one.
He's not trying to attack you, he's attacking the door.
He's attacking Rachel through the door.
Oh.
10 damage. RP.
Oh dear.
Shishi mama.
Yeah. And then... Who's next? Jared.
Wait,
I will, and have. Continuing to wait.
can I shield?
You can.
I shield against this.
Okay, what does that add to your armor class?
Are you
5.
Taking it
also?
So I've only lost.
Damn it! No,
I've only-
you don't lose...
Off your hit points, not your armor class, so you're only down to 38.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, I think so.
Heidi is
I'm not sure how-
correct, but your shield is enough to prevent that attack entirely. So as the sword bursts through the door, you just conjure a spectral shield,
Wow.
and it clangs the sword off of it, so you've taken no damage. Jared, your go.
I'm taller than Laura. Can I,
Everyone is taller than
true, can I stand over her and
Hit you.
burning hands the Goliath without getting Laura?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do. Burning hands the Goliath.
I make a dex save, I think.
Let me talk you through it, mate. You're in a lot of trouble, actually. As you hold your hands with thumbs touching and fingers spread, thin sheet of flame shoots forth 15 square dexterity saving throw.
Great, okay.
14 is what you got to beat.
I have not.
Okay, 3d6 full damage, mate.
Yeah.
Come on, all sixes. Come on, all sixes. close. 6, 10, 13.
13 damage. Excellent. This sheet of flame blasts out over your head, immolating the door and catching this guy in it. And he's like, oh no, there's too much fire. I prefer a lesser amount. He doesn't sound like I thought he was going to.
Yeah, for a bit.
I had a whole different voice. Oh no! Oh, so many problems. It's not the voice I was planning on with this guy at all. Rachel, you're up next.
I think that the Goliath's on fire, the other guy's hanging out the window.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Severus. And I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb.
Lovely.
Wow.
What kind of chromatic orb? As you get to choose its, for want of better terminology, flavour.
I'm going to go for lightning.
Excellent. Make an attack roll, please.
What do I do again?
Um,
Is it a D20?
It is. So it's your D20, add
Plus what?
your intelligence modifier, and then add 2.
Okay. Oh, God.
What did you get?
7.
Use your inspiration.
Yes.
That's just started that song in my head. Chicago. Yeah. On the floor, where I wanted it to
It
be.
can't be much worse than that. Yes! Natural 20.
Oh, great.
25.
25. So, this chromatic orb, you summon eldritch energies into, form it into lightning in the palm of your hands, and you fire this ball of energy at this other guy. What is the damage on this? From memory, I think it's like
3d8.
sweet Moses. So roll 3 of the green dice, total them up, and then because you got a natural 20, do it again.
6.
Yep.
3.
9.
2.
And do that again.
5.
16,
4.
20,
And... Oh, God, I went for it there. 6.
26 damage. Whoa. As he's in the process of turning round, and this just hits him in the side of the head. And the side of his head's all blackened and scarred, and he's been electrocuted effectively. Yeah. And he screams, and some of his beard's gone, which seems to be the bigger issue here. And so he's going to use his reaction to return fire, because that's the thing he can do.
As I do that, I shout, "That's the law."
He quotes a Prodigy song that we can't quote on this stream, on this show, rather. Natural 20. He zings you back with an Eldritch Blast of arcane energy, and hits you for, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. Oh God, maths. 20 damage, and you are fired 10 feet away from him. 23 damage, and you're fired 10 feet back.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
Then, it is his turn.
Oh.
And he is going to use one of his magic items to... he plucks it into his hand as a wand, and he sort of casts this spell, brings these energies to the tip of the wand, and fires this mote of magical light directly at the turtle. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yes. D20.
You had your attack.
7.
No.
Plus-
does
My
he-
intelligence.
She hasn't
Wisdom.
had
Wisdom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Plus 2.
I think he rolled for him.
9.
9.
That's a good
Oh
look.
no.
Oh no.
I'm afraid, for the next turn, you are automatically raging. It doesn't cost you one of your rage goes, but you will roll randomly to see who you attack.
Okay. Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Do I do that now?
No, we'll get
Let's
there when
go,
we get
let's
there.
go.
Heidi, your turn. Oh, sorry.
In Crab, I go, get angry. But sorry, yes.
Pure crab.
Yeah, pure.
It is your turn, and then it's my go to try and hold on to the side of the building.
Yes. So I'm going to go for Severus,
Yep.
but I'm going to make it look, first I'm going to be like, and be facing perpendicular to him, so he doesn't think I'm coming, but then I'm a crab, so I suddenly go scuttle sideways at him, so he's
Famously
caught unaware.
unpredictable crab.
Yeah. He's like, I assumed it would go forward. And then come at him with my pincers,
Okay.
going for the throat.
Right. Oh, I need to look up crab rules, but I have them here. Okay, I think from memory, let's say you get 2 attacks, because that seems appropriate. Giant badger, giant crab.
I got a 19.
Oh,
D20.
that does hit, but it doesn't buy you anything. So you're adding 3 to these, so that's a 22?
2?
Yes.
Yep.
And second attack. Same one again.
17.
Both hit. Your damage for a crab is 1d6 plus 1.
Which one's D6?
yeah.
Oh, the yellow. Plus
1.
3 plus 1.
4.
Yeah.
And again. So you hit twice.
6 plus 1, 7.
Wow.
Thanks.
Pinchy, pinchy, pinchy. I would pay money to have that be the thing your character says at this point.
I shout out,
Pinchy, pinchy, pinchy. Oh, also, before I forget, we have to roll for your wild magic for this. Yes! Another wild magic effect occurs.
Oh, don't get greasy at this time.
Odds of him getting greasy again are very low.
oh, come on, why couldn't it be something good?
Every creature within 40 feet of you becomes invisible for the next minute.
Oh, what?
Every
So,
creature.
Every creature. So everybody involved in this fight vanishes.
Oh,
and so what effectively
him.
happens is, including him,
Oh, including him.
everyone in this fight vanishes, which means it's almost impossible to continue this fight for a minute. So it's just like a truce has broken out.
Except,
What's a crab's sense of smell like?
No,
Pretty
great.
good.
except I'm going to cast Mind Spike on Gruber because I just need to know who he is.
Oh, what?
And I can get him anywhere. If we're on the same plane of existence, I can get the guy.
Okay.
He's going to...
What he just says is like, oh, well, I guess we're all invisible, so I feel like you'll have to wait while I absorb the power of the vault.
he has to do Wisdom saving throw against 14.
Oh, wait, actually, that's not a strong point.
And it's 3d8 psychic damage.
Roll 3d8 psychic damage.
Oh, God. 13.
13.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but you hear his mind being blown out the back of his head.
Yay!
It happens in secret. You just hear a sort of, yeah, the other thing. And then a wet, so imagine like the contents of a jam jar hitting a table, but not the jar.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. And there's a little bit of like quiet milling around. You don't attack anybody. And by the time you're compelled to attack people, by the time you're back visible again, it's worn off, which is annoying. As you all come back into vision, you see this big Goliath stood in the middle of the room, looking around. Gruber's body is on the floor. The top of his head is missing.
Yay!
I
take credit for it. I go like that with my pincers. Probably
Pinchy.
I did it. Pinchy.
the guy who was hanging onto the side of the building isn't.
Oh.
Which actually, incidentally, like, no one knows about this, but just one of the guards many floors down is making his way out, and it was the guy who replaced the goblin security guard who was corrupt, just gets hit by an invisible corpse. No, he was the bad guy.
Oh, he was the bad guy. Good. Delightful.
And then, it's all of you in this room with this massive Goliath who's still beating flames out.
Oh.
And it's Sophie, you're up.
Oh.
And he's looking at Barry, and he's running towards Barry.
Okay, so I think I'm immediately angry.
Nice.
And I'm running at the Goliath, who's running at Barry.
Yeah.
And I try and jump in the air and fully body slam him.
Great. Make an attack roll. Are you raging?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're protecting your
You
arm.
get advantages, so roll 2 and keep the best one. Oh, no.
19 plus... Do I get +2 in a raging?
You do. You get +4 and another +2 on top of that, and another +2. So it's +8.
+8.
Yeah,
19 plus 8.
27. I've got 17. So you can, if you want, just knock this guy out of the window.
Well, I can just...
Yeah, basically just body slam him out of the window.
I body slam him out of the window.
Yeah.
He crashes into the courtyard.
Yeah.
Smashes his face on the paving stones.
Yes. Absolutely that. But I need a dexterity saving throw from you to not follow him out.
Oh.
Oh, God.
20.
Wow. What? There's no way.
20.
Excellent. So you just skid to a halt.
Yeah.
And do you remember that bit in Death Becomes Her where Meryl Streep is just on the edge of the staircase? It's like that for a second until 3 people just start hitting you with rope. And then that reassuringly brings your sense of balance back. They're not helping in any way, shape, or form. And then, sure enough, peace reigns in the room. And then there's a sort of cracking sound. And you realise Gruber's body is moving and reforming, but not as it was. It's turning into like a skeleton, and then standing up, and like it's turning now into a person. And you recognise once again the somewhat emaciated form of Mr. Wintergifts.
I knew he was going to be
Buenos dias,
naughty.
my friends. You have killed the man who killed me, thus allowing me to possess his body and continue to bring joy to the children of Icewind Dale.
Oh. I was about to cut his head off with my pin.
Yeah, I was about to blast you, mate.
You have made the mistake that assuming all undead are evil. That is not the
I'm
case.
really sorry.
I am a nice
lich? Are you
Chess.
a lich?
Chess.
What?
Chess, I am a lich.
Chess lich.
No, I'm regular.
You play chess, lich?
I play chess, but I'm saying chess, I am a lich.
You're a lich.
Yes.
Liches get stitches.
That is not the case, but mostly bones. Anyway, I am pleased to thank you so much. And as a token of my thanks, let me offer you the gift of your choice. For you, my friend, the gift of laughter. And he hands you a jar that whenever you take the top off of it, just laughs.
Yes!
For you, my friend, the badge of honor that you so required. And he hands you, he sort of flies down to the courtyard and comes back up with the badge of honor soaked in blood.
Just how you wanted it.
I accept.
Yes. Your wish was confusing and I do not remember it. So
I go
please
to
enjoy.
Michelle, fly, I wish to fly.
Oh, yes, I remember now. Please enjoy this tiny magic carpet sized for crabs. And you wish to be more like your compatriots and also to have a dance.
Yes.
Well, personal development is not my forte, but please welcome this band. And a mariachi band walks into the room and begins to play typical Wintershield music. You all have a dance in a room full of flaming corpses.
Can I
Can
go?
I say to what's his name?
Mr. Wintergifts.
Wintergifts.
Yes.
Mr. Wintergifts.
Yes.
I don't know if you know my backstory,
I don't.
but
You are a stranger to me.
Well, I used to be a toy maker
Ah.
until something tragic happened.
Oh, no.
But by you giving me the gift of laughter,
Yes.
it has brought joy back into my life.
Sweet.
And I now no longer want to burn the toys that I make.
That was a dark turn, but okay.
Yes, but I have been burning them.
Wait, what?
The toys that I make.
Oh, that explains all these burned toys throughout
Exactly.
the house.
I guess, in a clumsy way, I've been trying to burn my past. But
It's a very clumsy way. It's a terrible metaphor.
You have shown me that there is still joy. And I'd like you to have this and maybe pass it on to a child in need. And I hand him an intricately carved nutcracker toy. Arms move, mouth moves, legs move. It's got and it whistles. If you blow into its bottom, it whistles. As it goes. And when you blow into it, his arms go "Ooh," like that, and he whistles as well.
Oh, thank you, my friend. This creepy gift means the world to me.
And then I, with a tear in my eye, go, crab, 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 crab. And then I accidentally get him with my pincer. And I'm like, oh, crab,
Oh.
crab, crab.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Thank
We
you.
should have popcorn. And with that, he conjures a bowl of popcorn and feeds it to a crab. Truly, this is the meaning of Wintershield. That's our show.
Yay!
We successfully survived Netheril Tower. So yay, thanks for playing, friends.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hopefully that was fun.
I didn't use my snowballs!
Oh no!
Yeah, well, now you have to
I
eat them.
remember we could use them.
So yeah, because I know some of you played. Some of you played a little less D&D than others. So if this was like your second D&D
This is
game,
like my second D&D.
how did this tally with your expectations? Also, the broad question is: was this fun?
This was fun. I did expect to speak to more animals. I'm sad I didn't use that ability and I only used it for Evian, who, as a crab, said nothing of note. So we didn't have great animal chat, but I feel like I got a real sense of self. I achieved my goals almost immediately by getting that cactus, and it stayed intact the entire time due to friendship. So while I was
Beautiful.
while I was moved by your character development, I didn't have to give my gift away. And that made me feel good.
Nice. How is this compared to your long, expansive D&D history?
Hugely fun. Hugely fun. And it's... I've never played a sorcerer before. I've usually gone in for, straightforward fighter.
The times we've played together, you always go frontline.
Yeah, so it was nice. And of course I forgot the special abilities of sorcerers of quicken spell and all that sort of nonsense. But it was hugely fun. And everyone... I enjoy a game where everyone's playing their motivation, if you know what I mean. So because then that gives us beautiful moments like having a really reluctant barbarian, which I've never experienced before.
It's such a good character choice.
Hugely fun. And an elf who's obsessed with turning into a crab, and a gnome that just needs to lay down the law. And it felt all of that dictated the way the story went, which was beautiful. Because at its best, D&D is shared storytelling.
Yeah.
And that's what this was. It was great. Loved it.
Oh, lovely. Thanks, bud. How about you guys?
I loved it. I always love it. I think I had one regret, which was that I was holding a lot of spells in, that I could have done more.
Do you want to just cast one now?
Yeah, I'd like to cast Jump on the ox, and I touch the ox and it just jumps wherever it wants.
Yeah, just bounds around.
Yeah. But no, I loved
So you
it.
can get up on Millie.
Whoa.
Family show. Family show.
So we can ride around.
It's happened before. That's why there's families out there.
That's a beautiful message.
Selling point.
No, I loved it. It was so good. And I think
Also, we've made very little of the fact that you're wearing a cloak.
I didn't know we were playing Dungeons and Dragons. I was just wearing my daily cloak, and it turned out good.
And Rachel.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've played D&D a few times
Yeah.
with you, and it was really nice to play something different. I'm often a very orderly character. I wonder why that is. But usually human. And yeah, I wish I'd got to get out like Firebolt and Illusion and play with that. Like if we had longer, I feel like there's just so much to play with. But I enjoyed it. As long as you get your chromatic orb out, then it's fine.
That's what they say.
I really enjoyed how Rachel kept trying to actually do the proper adventure, because I had that urge and then I'd be like, no chaos. But then I was like, I want us to question the man. It's that's a constant battle of be stupid or,
Well, Be Stupid almost got me killed.
Yeah.
Greasing myself out a door after a turtle kick.
It was such a
that was a
choice.
Yeah.
It was just a brilliantly terrible series of choices followed by a brilliantly terrible series of rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
Help me! Smack him with the rope.
But that's the joy of D&D, right?
Yeah.
The joy is going, I want to do this amazing, I want to do a tumble and then leap up and slap him in the face, and then you roll a natural 20 and it's incredible, or you roll a 1 and it's an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, any other fun, and what was your favourite thing that someone else brought to the game?
I liked Sophie's reticence to get angry and how much she warred with it. That was fun. And that her character was bizarrely lovely to everyone at the start. I was surprised.
Because again, like most people when they play barbarians go like full, like just all the time, tension, on the edge of anger at any moment. It was so nice to have a barbarian who's just really benevolent.
She's just not like that anymore.
I have to get angry.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Uppy?
I enjoyed Evian really biding her time of when you turn into a crab.
Yeah.
Like, we all knew it was there in the arsenal. It was just a matter of when.
Well, I think we saw that it didn't do... I probably would have done better as an elf, so probably could have held it in.
But I like to think if you turn into a crab in a fight, there's a psychological element to it.
Yeah,
that
I
you
think...
wouldn't
Yeah. And then we would never have got pinchy.
Yeah.
Or just footage of Heidi going crab. What about you guys? Favourite thing somebody else pulled as a move?
I liked, quite early on, I really liked the armour beacon. I liked the spikiness of the rivalry initially. And then I just liked Laura just owning it.
Yeah.
It was just I think a great symbol of our friendship. That light shining through the snow.
She's our guiding light.
Jared?
I enjoy a really creative DM, and that's what you are. And every time, different DMs bring something different to the game, and that's what's so enjoyable about it. It's because you have no idea. you know,
I realise you're talking about D&D in general, but I'm going to take that as a very specific and personal compliment and an endorsement.
But it's, you know, it's a different mix. Like, that story's never going to happen again.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all those decisions, those things that happen, it's all in the moment, and we're all going to walk away with actual memories of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes Dungeons and Dragons a great family game.
Yeah. Well,
Where are you looking,
I does this week before. I ran
Fade to
this
pink.
for my flatmate and a couple of friends at the end of last week, or a slightly earlier draft of it, and it was vastly different.
Did
thrown
they
that one.
spend
Yeah.
as long as we did with the very first guy on a horse, or as long with his horse? That was my favourite off-track one.
No, they did not. They had a fun time with that guy, but no horse. None of them could speak to horses.
Was there much point to? Oh, he was like, okay, he was like the cop that they see again later. Yeah, okay.
He was setting up for a thing. If he'd gone somewhere, if you'd made different choices, different things would have happened. There's loads of different branching routes to this. I guess the last question I have is this: do you want to play again?
Always.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
I've got no choice.
You've,
That makes me sound evil, but I'm
No.
fine with it.
you've got my number.
Because
do.
you're obsessed with getting your man as a gnome,
Yeah.
eldritch gnome.
It's the law.
That's how it works. Well, that's it. That's our show. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to remind you of the excellent products Dungeons and Dragons have available. If you want to get into D&D, you can do little better than the starter set. It is an excellent resource for new players and an excellent guide to the hobby, and has everything you need to start playing within it, as does the Essentials Kit, which, for my money, I mean, they've both got dragons on. Depends on the kind of dragon you like. I like a white dragon, guys. I like ice stuff. This has, in addition, it's got rules, all the basic rules, a set of dice, rules for sidekicks if you want to play with a smaller group of people, cool maps, and also, this has a little DM screen in it, like this, with some hints on the back. If it's your first time running the game, it's really handy to have. Also, fresh off the presses, is this, Icewind Dale, the source book for the area we've been playing in tonight. Sadly, the Nakatomi Tower does not appear in this book, because that would be a tremendous infringement of copyright. And I'm hoping it isn't because I've done it. But this is full of excellent stuff. There's loads of new monsters in here, a full campaign. It's a massively thick book, and they are all excellent products and well worth your time. I should point out, I have bought all of these for myself independently, and I stand by that endorsement. All that remains then is to thank our players, Rachel Paris, Heidi Regan, Jared Christmas, and Sophie Duca, for playing. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you to Dan Barrett over at D&D for making this happen. And also, thank you to our wonderful crew who are here but refuse to be visible, because that's the essence of their job. I've been Paul Foxcroft. This has been the Dungeons & Dragons Holiday Special. Have a wonderful, winter time. I don't know what you call it now. Enjoy things. 2021 can't be this bad. Bye!